Hi guys, Jim here, and welcome to my State of the Strava for week ending Sunday, the 24th of Jan 2021. This is the series where I take a quick look back of my week in running using my Strava page, which is where I record all of my runs and workouts and the like. I've mentioned a couple of times now, but yeah, Strava's a community app thing, social media site, I suppose, technically, where you can record all your different activities running. It used to be it was built for cycling in particular, but I use it in particular for running. And yeah, it's really popular. It's a free app, and there is a paid version which has some extra features. But anyway, enough about that. Entirely unsponsored plug for Strava. Great app, go and get it. But yeah, so let's take a look at my week. And yeah, spoiler alert, you can see I've got some snow to talk about, which will be quite good fun. Okay, so as usual, I will be using my training log to just take a look at the individual days. And you can see, first and foremost, 62K for the week, which is great. That is against my target of 60. So another week done and another goal achieved. So that's 4 weeks in a row now where I've run over 60Ks, which is really good. And I'm pleased to have started the year so well. So just flicking through, so Monday, typically my rest day. You can see I did that last week as well. Makes sense. Usually we'll be following the Sunday long run, and I will probably be continuing that going forwards. However, this week the weather doesn't look great, so I might sneak in a run tomorrow if I'm nervous about being able to run later in the week, depending on the weather. We shall see. On Tuesday, I did a double run day. So I did a 6K in the morning and a 6K in the afternoon. And you can see here, so I named it a recovery 6K. So yeah, 5:30 pace, very easy, and then slightly quicker in the afternoon. I tried to get a little bit of a hurry up, bit of effort for this one. So 4:49. Let's just have a quick look, see at this one. So just a quick out and back as I normally do. Great adjusted pace. You can see down here, all below 5 minute kilometers, which is great. Heart rate 154. I mean, it's only a half an hour run, so can't read too much into a heart rate like that. And slightly elevated cadence, as you would expect. So on Wednesday, I did a wet and windy 6K. 6K seems to be the distance of the moment for me. Nice, easy half an hour, usually around about that. So yeah, can't complain. This one was a little bit quicker than my usual easy runs, just because it was a bit wet and windy. So it probably incentivized me to get a shifty on. On Thursday, I did 11K almost by accident. I wasn't supposed to run 11K, but as my name suggests up here, I did indeed make a wrong turn. Can you spot it on the map? Looks like a map of the intestines with the appendix sticking out down here. So yeah, so realised I'd ballsed up here and just turned around, added about 1.5 kilometers to the intended run distance. So this loop would normally be about 9.7, I suppose. So yeah, just under an hour, a little bit faster than usual as well. As I said, maybe that's because I realised this was in the middle of the day, so this was my lunch break, and didn't intend for it to be quite as long as it was. So I got to hurry up in the second half. Cadence, as you'd expect. Heart rate 150. That's actually quite pleasant. That's quite pleasing to see. As usual, it did sort of pick up later in the run. So on Friday, I did actually have another rest day. So I figured, I'd only had 2 rest days for the whole year. So that one and that one. Actually, if you go all the way back here, you can see that was 1st Jan. So, ran sort of 10 days in a row, had a rest day, and then did another full week. So feeling a little bit tired in the legs. And I'd actually banked a little bit extra this week than per usual by this point. So I thought, what with having accidentally done a bit extra here. So I had about 30K to cover for these 3 days. And I thought, well, I'm going to do a long run and another medium run Saturday, Sunday. So I could just afford to take the rest on Friday, which was very nice. And then, on Saturday, so I was intending to run a little bit further on Saturday and a little bit less far on Sunday, and run both days wearing a backpack. I'm running an ultra marathon in a few months, and you're going to have to be kitted up for that. So thought that would make a bit of sense to start, getting used to running with a rucksack again. It's been a little while. Backpack, rucksack, never mind. But in the end, I kind of bailed on this one at 10K or 9.6, I should say, and left myself a longer run to do on Sunday. I've actually got separate videos for both of these runs up on the channel as well, so you can check those out. So the Sunday long run, Winter Wonderland. Yeah, so just back from this actually, a couple of hours ago. And yeah, it was nice and snowy. You can see here. So there was some sort of half-finished snowman, snow creature thing, and some really nice views and surrounds. I'm not a very good photographer, so apologies for that. But yeah, you can see nice and snowy. Actually, as it happens, I timed it quite well because it had stopped snowing by the time I got out, so that was nice. Annoyingly, this was a 23K run, but annoyingly my Garmin ran out of battery halfway through, so I stopped the run on my Garmin there, and then I recorded the second half or second third or whatever on my phone. You obviously sacrifice a few things. So what I'm pointing out down here, as usual, my heart rate and my cadence, you lose that information when you record through your phone, but so be it. It's not the end of the world. Cadence was down a bit because it was quite treacherous conditions. I was being very careful where I was putting my feet. I had to do some hopping off and onto the road and being very, very careful when I was doing that. Especially that's where all the slush is. But I did also stop and take a couple of photos and videos, so you can see where I've done that here. And then heart rate 165. I don't know how much to read from my heart rate on this run. You can see it sort of got elevated quite quickly, really. Sort of by 8K, it was up around 180, and then it dropped down and was consistent. I don't know. I'm just going to sort of treat that one with a bit of a pinch of salt. But anyway, yeah. And 522, it wasn't a quick run in particular. Nice, easy pace. It was going to be. I was maybe thinking about doing a bit of extra pace in that run, but because it was so snowy, I decided not to. So yeah, this was the first 17K, and this was the second 6K, or the last 6K, I suppose. So yeah, I think I'd accidentally recorded this as a walk as well. So it's just technology failed today, which is why the pace is quite as slow it is because I had to set it off recording and then put my phone back in my sleeve on my arm, and then normally you can set it so that it auto pauses when you're not moving around, but it wasn't working, and I just wanted to get back running, so I didn't really mess around and try and figure it out. So you can see anytime I kind of had to stop to do anything, it would massively tank my pace. So I'm not sure entirely how much I believe that. I mean, I think I was more like 524 kind of pace. This one feels a bit more appropriate. But yeah, it was just a little easy end to the run. And as you can see here, I've lost cadence and heart rate, but that's fine. I wasn't really pushing very hard. And it was just nice to run, 23K is a genuine long run in my mind. I've been running sort of 16, 18, 20K so far as my long runs this year, but actually you've really got to be hitting half marathon plus, I think, if you're training for marathons and ultra marathons, as I am. I need to start getting that, not with any great urgency, but eventually that'll need to start being 30 or maybe even 40K long runs in the build up to the ultra marathon I'm running in June, fingers crossed. But yeah, it was just nice to get in that distance in one go. First time this year, first time in a while. That'll be my longest single run in a probably a few months, to be honest. So that's good. Felt strong throughout. Flagging a little bit towards the end. It was pretty cold and my feet were wet. So it was could have been better conditions, but to be honest, I think I don't know if that's reasonable. I mean, I was wearing 4 layers because I thought it would be colder than it was, but it felt quite mild. As I say, there's a separate video up on YouTube where you can see how this run went. Anyway, that was my week. 62Ks, 4 weeks in a row above 60K. Super happy and super glad to be sharing my journey with the internet and YouTube in general, but also any of you guys who've chosen to watch this. So If you have been, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Cheers.